Yes, and now we move on to sports. The World Cup is just around the corner. It's 1 week away.
Well, when we're not
And
going,
the whole
we're
world,
here.
yes,
Watching
but we will
keenly.
be watching from
Absolutely.
here. We'll be watching it from here. So the rest of the world will be all eyes on Brazil.
Canada is already very colorful. Everybody's just waving the flag. Brazil, something else, I've been told. So,
Yes, though we've got a number of incidents that's happened recently that is not too good, but we're hoping that once we have the first kickoff, then that's it. We're
oh,
ready to go,
well,
and the rest of the world. So, joining us this morning for this conversation um, to talk about the 2014, we have Emmanuel Toby, who's the sports editor of the New Telegraph. Assistant sports editor of the New Telegraph. And that's Emmanuel Toby. And then we also have in the house Jide Alaka, who's a sports analyst. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks.
Okay. Now, let me start with the assistant sports editor of the New Telegraph. It's a very interesting newspaper. And when you look at what is happening in Brazil, let's start from there. What do you think of some of the protests that's going on? We know that a number of sports analysts have said that once they have the first kickoff on the opening day, all eyes will be on the stadia across that country rather than whatever demonstration that's going on.
Well, it's rather unfortunate that the government never took cognizance of the huge, the impact of the protest, because initially when it started, they just look at it as one of those things. Now, just a few days back, the railway workers have joined the protest, and other associations also are going to join. Now they want to cripple the economy. By the time they cripple everything, it will be very difficult for even fans. Now, even for those of us who are traveling there, we've been given signals that we should be careful where to get to. Even the fans, they are coming. So even though if FIFA can secure, the government can secure the national teams that will be playing, the few journalists that will be there. What about the people, the fans that come to celebrate? So it's a very sensitive issue. But no matter what, Brazil is home of football. Football is something that speaks or that runs through their blood. We just pray that once the football starts, those protests will minimize. But we can't pretend. Blatter keeps saying, the FIFA president keeps saying that Brazil are ready. We can't pretend that all is well. We have to be conscious and play football and pray that the populace just take things easy.
Is there a level of alert that is known about security of those fans who are traveling there? If you watch the international media, if you watch what is being put on television around the world, it points to the fact that there are people from Chile, from Argentina, from all of the countries around Brazil who are already trooping into Brazil. Is there any level of alert on security of lives?
Yes. Like for the media have been giving some vital information, restriction, okay, because at the media tribune, when you finish from your hotel to the stadium, guide, they have been given some guides so that you don't even go to some areas when you know, because it's easily, those protesting, we easily identify those who are not part of them, because the issue here is that they are saying that they are hungry, they have bad roads, which is what is happening everywhere in the world. No country has everything in place. But they are saying they don't want the World Cup. The World Cup is not what they want at this present time. But the government are also putting in place measures to make sure that things are well done in terms of security, because there are security apparatus on ground to guide the fans, the players, the officials. But the basic issue that there is protest. We can't, now if there's a match going on, like there was a recent match, there were protests outside, even the team boss, their biggest star, which is Neymar, they had a placard saying, Neymar, tell the government we don't want football. We want, as you are bringing football, we want you to balance the other side of it. So, but this thing started, but before it escalated into this level. So even if you are going to the park, even if you are going to the stadium, even if you are going to fun park, or going to where to relax, you have to be very careful so that things don't go out of hand because the protests are there.
But how about the president's argument? That's President Dilma Rousseff saying that actually this football thing is coming at the right time. It will bring in investments into the country. Does she have a valid argument based on that statement?
Well, based on their policies, like what I've been following the incident since it started, the government is trying their part, but the fans are angry. The argument is based on that you're putting so much money into hosting the World Cup. If you're putting 70% into the World Cup, if you put 30%, even the stadiums are not ready. Virtually all the stadiums are not 100% complete. So if you're putting so much money into the football or the hosting of the World Cup, why not complement with 10 or 20% into infrastructure development, into providing social amenities, into making things life easier? It's their own policy, but the issue here is that Brazil is spending so much money hosting the World Cup and still they are struggling. But it's a good testimony for Africa, because when South Africa wanted to host, the entire world created a lot of noise and everything, and South Africa 2010 was one of the best World Cup hosted in recent time. Everything went perfect and things were okay.